Gonna hop right into it.
Page
So
76.
page 76 in my Ascension Guide is what we're focused on right now, this book.
Yep.
So page 76 is a source frequency lens and evolution into the heaven realms. Now, what were we just talking about?
You got to do your own first.
We have to do the That's the star people saying it too. They're like, no, we're not hopping right in. Okay, everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of Starseed Activations. Welcome, Mary. Thank you so incredibly much for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Always. So we are just ever so gently going to start with an Om. Now, an Om opens and expands your heart chakra. It allows us to hold unconditional love, and it allows us all to raise our own individual frequencies, which then in turn allows us to activate a connective consciousness grid. This collective consciousness grid then is going to allow for a higher frequency channeling to step through. We are able to see into the thought grids of each individual watching tonight, as well as any moment in time and space. We are going to facilitate a type of energetic transference for each of you watching. This energetic is also going to radiate in your energy field for the next 7 days, allowing for the current solar alignment to ever so gently be transmutated into a love-based emotion within the energy grids of each individual surrounding you or listening to the video. We wish for all of you to imagine and visualize a rainbow ray. This rainbow ray is going to float down the crown chakra. It is going to align itself inside of your pineal glands as well as the heart chakra. Take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. And we just say thank you, dear star people, for this beautiful channeling session tonight. Excellent. Okay. Yes. Okay, what questions were we? So we're starting off talking about the source frequency lens. So for everyone who's new here, the source frequency lens is located above the crown chakra. It is a 12-pointed star Merkaba. One of the 6-pointed stars are electric in its nature. One is magnetic in its nature. When we place both of them together, it forms a 12-pointed star above the head. That 12-pointed star contains experiential codings. Your experiences that you have walked through in your entire life that have come up over and over and over again, each of those experiences that repeat for you contain 1 point of the star field, the source frequency lens above the head. Now, this is important because when we start to recognize, okay, what are my primary 12 experiences that keep repeating over and over again? And when we heal one of those experiences, it unlocks one of the star field points. Now we have to heal 12 experientials in total. Some of these experientials are already healed from our past lives. However, the theme is always there. It's always the theme is in a past life or it's in the future life. Now, to access and activate the past and future lives, we drop into meditation because all of that information is encoded onto the timeline expression. And we are able, dear ones, to see or perceive any and all information pertaining to your individualized timeline expression. During the healing process, each one of these points may then grant access into a 12th dimensional expression. This then allows you to see or perceive or shift your physical waking world depending on the level of perception you are holding. We know the source frequency lens radiates down into the physical body. This lens may be adjusted similar to that of a magnifying glass, allowing for your individual awareness to either be on your physical body, you may feel low or tired, or a wide perception. You may be focused on civilization topics. The source frequency lens then shifts the light refractal system. The way the light refracts in the biological form allows you to perceive any different angle of light reflected into your simulation. This then allows for you to select a very specific parameter for your manifestations. For example, dear ones, your 12 archetypal imprints, which are your experientials that keep repeating in your life, those are going to filter through the primary chakra subsystems. These primary chakras are the colors of the rainbow, dear ones. For the root chakra is red in its color. Your experientials that you must overcome in order to ascend into fifth density are going to free flow down the entire biological form and radiate out the root chakra until all of those angles of light are clean. What this then allows you to perceive is your light will then free flow through the orange chakra, allowing for a relationship awareness according to each experiential you are holding. When each person goes through every subsystem of your chakra levels, it then allows that experiential point to open. When each of the 12 experiential points open, they become clean energetically. The 13th point is the center of the star. When all 12 points become clean energetically, it allows your higher self to become active in the biological form. This also allows for your consciousness or your ego mind to then activate the soul form inside of you, allowing you to take your soul and to ever so gently blend it upwards into the higher self. This then allows for a wider spectrum of multidimensional abilities to manifest. For you are able to change body vessels or timeline expressions through taking your conscious soul form and blending it upwards with your higher self. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Star People.
Yep.
What was the question? Funny.
Well, the question was kind of like, can you talk about the chakras and subsystems
Okay.
and
So
how to activate the 13th key frequency? And
okay, they just did that one. So
Yeah.
you have to clean all of the 12 experiential points. When all the points are clean, think about it this way, because this is what they're showing me. When you clean all of the 12 points, any darkness that was in the center, it cleans. So it turns back to white because all the points are white. And when or it's just they're saying it's white, it's not really white. It's like a gamma color. It's like a color, but we're unaware of the actual color. And that color we can't see with our eyes. But it's like a gamma frequency. When we start doing that, it also affects the brainwave patternings, and those brainwave patternings then allow access into higher density realms as well. Many times during meditations, we are able to go and activate these different levels of awareness, which is beautiful. Now, the chakra subsystems. Many times during the shadow work Zooms, we dive into the individual chakras. Each chakra each chakra we are able to open and expand. Now we do this through the process of visualization. When we close the eyes, we are able to ever so gently, this is the way I was shown to do it from the Star People. I make a square with my fingers. I imagine placing the square in front of whatever chakra I'm working on, and I imagine expanding it. And when I expand it, I visualize the grid outside of the body. What does it look like to you? Because everyone might have a different visual perception of it. Now, through the process of imagining it, in time, your pineal gland is going to activate. And the second the pineal gland activates, it's going to show you it's actually there. The more and more we do that, the more we start to see, okay, well, here's my grid located in the root chakra. You could take the grid, you could rotate the grid, you could spin it around, you could spin around this way, and you could look at it. Now, at a first glance, the second that you pull the grid out and you look at it, where is the darkness on the grid? So if it's on the left-hand side, it's your magnetism. If it's on the right-hand side, it's your electricity, your voltage in the body. If it's in the front of the grid, it's something that you're currently facing on or focused on. If it's in the back of the grid, these are things from your past. So we do that for each and every one of the chakras. We dive in, where is the darkness? Now, if you start to do this every single day, you might notice a darkness in the same spot. You may clear it and it may come back. If it comes back, there's a very high probability that it's correlated to one of the 12 points. That means there's something deeper there that needs to be cleared. So what we would do is we would dive in, we would clear the attachments to those things. Now, cleaning the attachments off the field is very simple. When we have an emotion code, say the word release. The word release then commands any dark attachments to release from your field. We're also able to summon high frequency messengers. So the high frequency messengers are like angels. They are any high frequency emotion code. So it's the opposite polarity. So if you felt sad, now I'm happy. When you feel happy, it also shifts the sadness off of your energy grid. A lot of times these things flow in the now moment. Your energetic grid flows like plasma. It forms energetic tubules or cords, which then touch into the star field and generates your in the now moment manifestations. Now, what that means is very simple. If you have an energetic cord, let's say we wake up in the morning and our energetic cord is connecting us to, let's say, a particular crystal. That means that it doesn't matter what I do throughout the day, there's an energy cord connecting this item to me. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go about my day and all of a sudden I may show up in a crystal shop and then there is a crystal. That's because there was an energetic tubule. This is how the crystals can also summon the owner. It's not the other way around. The crystals, they call us. And it's also because we have magnetic alignments. But the magnetic alignments, they each stem from an individual chakra. So the root chakra, the sacral chakra, your solar plexus, any one of these primary chakra systems, even the crown chakra also contains energetic tubules that manifest for us. Those are a lot of times they are in the heavens. With the crown chakra is your intuition. Now, when we start to recognize, okay, our energetic cords are manifesting different experiences from us, or they're connecting us to individuals. If we are not having a current experience with an individual, they may be pulling energy from us, or they could be giving us energy. So maintenance of our energetic cords and energetic bonding is key. Energetic bonding is multiple cords bonded together, which solidify a relationship. Many times we look at like our parents, our mothers, our fathers, our children, there's bonding that has taken place. Are you okay? Okay, that's lucky. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Did you want to talk about back in 2023, you talked about how we can go with our minds in meditation to the Pyramid of Egypt.
Yes.
And we can focus on that.
So that the star people were showing me how to download information. This is of high value because for a while, I had always thought and imagined that I had to physically get on a plane and go down to the pyramids, put my hands on the wall to feel the frequency of the pyramids and allow it to heal me in that manner. But every single thing in our existence is quantum entangled. This includes knowledge. So all of the knowledge written on the pyramids, all of the frequency that's making up that physical matter, it is coming from inside of me already. And it's coming from inside of you already, because each and every one of us is in our own dimensional bubble or timeline bubble. Now, this is important because that means that we already contain all the knowledge inside of us. So what the star people have taught me was to simply close my eyes and imagine and visualize I'm somewhere inside one of the pyramids. It doesn't even matter which one. Imagine placing your hands on the wall. And then just imagine all of the words, all of the knowledge, all of the information, all of the frequencies, everything from that time just pulling into your hands and giving you access into that knowledge. Now, of course, we may do this once and we may open our eyes from the meditation and we may turn around and say, nothing happened. That's actually not true at all. Because what just happened is you just downloaded a frequency. That frequency, it makes a little mark in your energetic grid complex, which then starts a process of manifestation. So we do this naturally. When we are about to take a vacation, what do? We think about the location. We may Google the location. We see what it looks like. We allow it to open, to expand. We focus on it. The more and more we focus on things, it allows those things to grow and to expand. This is the way the focus is designed. When we focus on the pyramid and all of the knowledge that the ancients had during that day and age, it then allows that pyramid knowledge to be downloaded into the energy grids, which then turn around and starts a process of imprinting, dear ones. For that knowledge then acts as a packet. That packet then, when your ego mind is in a level of alignment, it shall start to unfold and unpack that knowledge into your current reality existence. What this looks like, dear ones, is you may have a bright idea. That bright idea may be a piece of knowledge that was written on the pyramidal wall back in the day. Now, this is of high value to recognize because when you start to meditate and you start to absorb knowledge in this manner, it then allows for the extrasensory ability of a knowledge keeper to become manifest. A knowledge keeper is any individual who is able to tune into the memory grids of any item throughout all time and space. It then allows for the packet of knowledge to be downloaded into the energetic field, which then start the process of unpacking. Unpacking the knowledge is key, for then you are able to also see or sense how the ancients used that knowledge. The second you consciously will the knowledge into your biological form, that imprint is already set. You just need to come into alignment to allow the comprehension of the knowledge to form. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, star people. Yeah.
I have another one that this is probably your favorite one, I think, the Pinocchio.
I love that one. It is my favorite. And of course, it's like, we should have known that we could do that. And then the star people are like, you can. It's like, yes. So
did you want me to read the first 2 paragraphs of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Summon in Pinocchio. The magical creature kingdom is a reality each multidimensional being may gain access to with proper frequency and attunements. This kingdom includes sentient plants and rock beings, and extrasensory abilities are fully equipped in the home minds of the realm. These extrasensory abilities allow the primary individual to emit a clean gamma radiation from the heart and energetically cast it towards any innate object. This gamma radiation is bright white light with a tint of blue hue. This is a very high frequency connection with the source frequency net and must come from a space of purity and love.
It's gorgeous. So basically what they are saying is that, and once again, it has a lot to do with the frequency we're able to pull from the source frequency net itself. Now, when we clean up our energy field, which means we heal ourselves of all the traumas and all of the things that have happened to us and the memories and the darkness, when we release all of that, it allows us to naturally hold more light. The more light we're able to pull through the system, we're able to summon a form of gamma radiation. This gamma radiation then can enable us to cast it at any inanimate object. Now, of course, when we start to facilitate this, we may believe that we are imagining, you may believe that you are visualizing, but the truth is, when we watch a television set, your body, it responds as if it is watching real life. It cannot distinguish the TV from reality. So that shows us that your body is not going to know whether or not that inanimate object is actually alive, because you're visualizing it, you're imagining it. This is how children's minds work too. Their minds are up in theta brainwaves. Theta brainwaves connects us very high into a high density realm. So in order to get back to that realm, we must imagine. The process of imagining allows the focus to shift from a wave into a particle, which allows us to energetically cast this gamma radiation at the item. You have to really open and expand your heart, and you have to allow, it's like a high frequency of bliss, to then radiate through your biological forms, dear one. That frequency of gamma may be called from your sun, for the sun is radiating a gamma form of plasma. This gamma then radiates down your physical form, and you act like a magnifying glass would to reflect the light. Reflecting the light from the source frequency net then allows you to command the particles, which you are able to tell them manifest a consciousness within this item. Manifesting a consciousness is pulling a soul form down from 5D, allowing that soul form to then vibrate into the inanimate object until the soul form solidifies such object into the waking world. Instantaneous manifestation of any item is readily available for each of you to experience now. You must simply know. And the process of knowing allows you to blink and to see that item then manifest in your physical waking world. Thank you.
Thank you, Star People.
Yes, thank you, Star People.
I always talk to my plants. I know that they're alive, and I know that they can see me. And I heard that whenever you leave and they hear you, they can hear you coming like from like a mile away.
I don't even think it's hearing. I think it's the same as the dogs and the animals, because it doesn't matter where in the world you are. If you're bonded to your dog, which we energetically bond to the plants, if you're bonded with the animal or the plant, the second you set the intention to head home, that animal or plant knows instantaneously. We've recorded the dogs doing this. Not me personally, but humans have recorded this online. So we can see the second that your intention shifts. The plants are no different. Now, the plants, if we have a plant that let's say it's a flower, it's releasing pheromones into the air. The second you walk in the door, it's already releasing all these pheromones to attract you over to it so that you're focusing your attention to be on the plant. That right there is a highly conscious being. When a plant knows that you've just entered the room and it triggers a pheromone release to get your attention, that means it's thinking, right? It's processing, it's aware, it's sentient. Mother Earth is like that completely. And this is why when you walk in the forest and you just ever so gently place your hands on the trees and you ask Mother Earth, thank you for healing me. Thank you for rebalancing my energy field. You'll feel the frequency in the forest will shift. I've experienced this, where we did different manifestations in the forest. And then when we came out of the manifestation, like the meditation, it took 2 seconds. We noticed that all of the animals had responded to it. And it was like, wow. And multiple people saw it. So it just, Mother Earth, she can shift the magnetics. And think about it from this angle. Now, the birds, we know they're up at 5 o'clock in the morning chirping. Well, why is that? Because the magnetic of the earth rises right before the sun comes out. Now, I've had experiences in New York, Long Island, where the birds started chirping at 3 o'clock in the morning. And we were like, what's happening? Something is off. That's because the magnetics of the earth was coming upwards. So Mother Earth is conscious and sentient, similar to the plants. It's all connected. So if you ask Mother Earth to shift the magnetics, you're going to start to notice the plants and the animals responding to that magnetic shift. This is the way it works. Now, this is the most important thing, because communication with Mother Earth is key. She controls basically everything that happens on the planet. If a location drops in frequency, it's because Mother Earth, the crust of her earth, let's say it's round, It generates a vortex. That vortex makes it a positive location, or it pulls the energy down in a void spiral. And so if we just touch the earth or touch a plant and we thank Mother Earth for raising the magnetics, bringing more love and light to the location, she responds by shifting the magnetics. And then I swear to you guys, you're going to start to like come out of the woods and you'll see people like fixing the roads or making your local environment cleaner. The buildings raise in frequency. There's less trash everywhere. Like everything shifts. So really, it's having that two-way form of communication with the planet that's key for all of us, because everything in the civilization can change overnight just by literally hugging a tree, right? Like who would have known? Like that's a real thing. You just have to go and you have to talk to Mother Earth and thank her. And she is also she works hand in hand with what's known as a primary consciousness. Now, the primary consciousness is brand new information even to me. It has just come out this week. The primary consciousness is it is an awareness behind the simulation. So in it, but not of it. But it's like a string maker. It pulls all the strings to all the people, places, and things to allow the manifestations that we see and experience to come to light. Mother Earth works with the primary consciousness. It's like having a mother and a father. That's how the star people are explaining that right now. Because the father is pulling the strings. They are electrical in their nature or a voltage. And Mother Earth works directly with the magnetics, dear ones. Yes.
I love Mother Earth.
Right. Me too. Me too.
And I hug trees every day, just about.
Yeah. That's beautiful. This is beautiful.
I know I didn't talk about this with you, but did you want to talk about breath work and how important it is to do breath work for everybody?
Sure. So I've had an experience once where I was doing breath work before going on my almost 4 mile walk by the creek. And as I was doing the breath work, for whatever reason, the car in front, as I was watching it and holding the breath, the car shifted. And what I saw was, it was, 1 second, it was this make and model car. And I've seen this like at least 2 times, maybe 3 times in my life, where it was like flop, 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 flop. And it was one image of the physical reality as one car. And then it flopped. And then it was a different make and model of the car. And at that point, your eyes open, you're like, I saw that. And then it flopped back. So it went from one kind of car to another kind of car to a different kind of car. So it switched and then it switched back. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I just activated something using breath work. Now, I mean, of course, at the time that I was doing this, I was also doing ice baths and walking, right? So I was like focused on unlocking and activating and, all the things. And we go through the experience, but then we see things like that. And it's like, I know what I saw. And now I've also seen reality shifts and I've seen instantaneous manifestations before. So I've seen through the simulation. So at this point, it's solid in my belief system. The breath work helps to activate the fight or flight systems. The more we activate the fight or flight systems, this is where the epigenetics can turn on or off your extrasensory abilities. What is it that you need to survive? That is what is going to become activated when we activate the fight or flight systems. So if you're in a fight or flight moment of panic and you need super strength to like climb out of a hole, your body is going to activate this and it's going to give you the strength you need to climb up and out of the hole. That's how this works. It's genius the way the body works. But then let's say now we are consciously commanding the fight or flight system. So what would you want to place your focus on, right? What is it that you want to activate? What extrasensory ability, whatever it is, whether it be telekinesis, teleportation. And sometimes people do this. And this, think about it. It's like someone's riding in a car. They're about to get into a car accident or something funny. They blink and and then in that second, it's like their car is moved or shifted. And then they're like down the road on the side of the road and they don't know how they got there. Well, in that moment, they activated the fight or flight systems, which activated teleportation. and their car being an extension of their energy field, the entire thing was teleported safely. This is real. This is part of our multidimensional abilities. Yeah.
So, do you think that the breath work will help with developing our psychic abilities, say your visions in your third eye and things like that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, but it also allows you to start focusing on the control center. The control center is located inside the pineal gland, but it is like you have to pull yourself back. This is the only way for me to describe it to you guys. Your awareness, like where our soul feels like it's in the body, you have to take that feeling and pull yourself back. It's called back shifting. And when we back shift, it pulls the awareness into it's right in front of the pineal gland. Now, the breath work is great because the breath work automatically helps you to activate that back step process. The more you're able to pull the awareness into the body, there is a form of connection that also needs to take place between the heart, the pineal gland, and then straight up to the higher self. But the more we backstep it, we access the control system. The control system is where we can control all of the hormones in the body, the strength of the body, adrenaline of the body, as well as start to make changes or modifications to the outer worlds. Usually, the first step to this process is controlling the body. That's the easiest. What hormones need to be released? What is the senses? What are you feeling? Is there any pain? Shut it off. Things of that nature. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted you to talk about us. What could we do to activate our gifts more? And I know that breath work is one key because I've been doing it, and it's really helped me a lot. And there is a breath work thing that I just watched where you take a breath in and then you go up like this and then you smile and you hold it, and that's supposed to have access to your chakras or something. It's supposed to do something with your chakras.
You're like for some reason, I mean, I'm on a MacBook, but both of our photos are like frozen. So I couldn't actually see what you were doing. There's many different types of breath work. And now here's the thing to remember. And this is also what I see in my own life. I noticed times in my life where I'm like hardcore focused on, eating healthy, walking, the breath work, the ice baths, and this and that. And then there's sometimes when the universe is like, now take a break and now be still and come inward. And so I do believe, from my point of view or my angle, that we are meant to try all of these things that we feel called to try because we're supposed to each. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it help you to unlock something or expand something? And I'm not talking like try it once. If you're going to do ice baths, do it like 4 to 5 times a week for a month and then see how you feel. Do you have more energy? Write a journal. Keep it, write everything down. Baby step the process. Okay, now stop the ice bath for 3 days. Start meditating. What else did you notice? Now do an ice bath the next day and then meditate right after the ice bath. And to just come at ascension from every single angle. What works for you? Because every single one of us, we all have different alignments. The different alignments means that every single one of us has our own path to ascension. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Some people, they are not going to do any of this, and that they're still going to ascend just because maybe they have an open heart and they're happy-go-lucky. That's all they needed to do. So us, on the other hand, a lot of times we're like, we have to do this and this and then we make a checklist, right? And it's like
all day long. That's all I do.
You gotta go through the test. You gotta be tested. Are you ready? And the gatekeepers and but some people are like, no, I'm not doing that. And my son did this for me, and it was eye-opening because it was like, it was pertaining around food, and I was much heavier when I was younger. And I had lost 65 pounds several times in my life. So at this point, I'm like, I know how to do it. But when I was younger, someone had made a comment to me about food. And I had told my son that comment. And my son, he loves to eat ever since he was a baby. He's, he has a very eloquent, taste palate. He looked at me and he was like, that's not happening. It's like, okay. So some people are like that. they're like, you can give them a piece of information and they're like, not in my world, right? And they scrap it right away because it's not in alignment with them. Some people are even doing that, and we're finding them go through the ascension process just as easily. So there really is not a one shoe for everybody. That's just not the way that ascension works. The most important information I can tell all of us or any of us is just be love. That is all. Love each other. And yes, it's okay if, friendships fall apart. That's okay. It is natural. It happens. But while you're going through, releases of people, places, or things, send them love and blessings, right? And always and check yourself, because if you find yourself casting any lower frequency emotion at them, that's something that you have to work on. And that's okay too, because we're all working on something. Now, the second that we do that, doors open for us. That is the most important part of ascension. Show love, and the world will change overnight if everyone did it. Yeah.
Caroline had a question. So, do you do the slow inhale or the exhale or faster ones?
Well, I do Wim Hof. So he has a YouTube video, and you know what? For the focus, it's there. Because if there's a video and it's like I could focus on the video and it's showing me breathe in now and then hold it, then I could do that. So that's the one I do. Wim Hof guided meditation. What he does is he does 30 breaths. He fills the lower belly, and then he holds his breath for an entire minute. Even taking the 2 breaths, just like that, you could feel the oxygen just it goes all in the body. Everyone do the 2 breaths with us. We'll just do it really quick. So take a deep breath. What did you guys feel inside of your body? Did you feel more energy? Did you feel anything shift? Right? And that was only 2 breaths.
I felt
Now,
my heart expand.
everything expands because the breath contains the ether. The ether is life-giving. Now what happens, because we know about mudras, which are connecting the hands in different patterns, allow for different voltage circuits. Now what happens if you increase the breath work and use things like yoga or even qigong? So you are flowing with the energy outside of the body, right? And as you're doing it, when you start to do that, it actually activates different aspects of your star field. So, the plasma, the energy cords that reflect outwards, that control your manifestations, by bringing your hands into different positions and by sending love and light out of your hands and utilizing the breath in order to push the elemental of air, it then, dear ones, allows for the ether to be radiated outside of your energetic grid complex. This allows for rapid healing processes to form. As you are doing this type of modality, you may have memories come into your awareness. Certain memories come up because in the now moment, they desire to be healed. This then is giving you an opportunity, and that opportunity is one to choose love. For when you love yourself, you are willing to release old toxic patternings, which then create density or distortions in your energetic field. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, star people. Yes.
I think that's all I had, but if you want me to just go through the book and do this and
Yeah.
pick a page.
Any question, it doesn't matter. Just the star
All right,
people
let's
always
see.
answer.
We'll pick a page
Yes.
that I go to. Rebalance of the feminine energetics.
Beautiful.
Did you want me to read from it?
Sure.
Okay. The feminine energetics are directly connected to the magnetic systems of the biological form. This energetic connects directly into the heart chakra and allows access into the emotion grids, which are hexagonal in nature. Magnetic energies may be pulled down from the Earth's magnetic field and coaxed into the crown chakra. This shall allow the energetics to flow through the entire physical body down the feet and back into the Earth's eternal grid structures. Allowing this process to form naturally shall allow the frequencies inside the Earth's eternal grid complex to start a shift into more positive polarity, thus bringing peace into the hearts of all of humanity.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's beautiful. So, and that's very similar to what we were talking about earlier. Mother Earth, she generates a vortex energetic, which spirals up, or from the Earth's crust, she can pull it down. That's a void spin. Now, her energy field works similar to that of a toroidal field. So it's coming outwards and inwards, and it generates what looks like a circle surrounding the Earth itself. That is the magnetic field of Mother Earth. We also contain the same exact magnetic field stemming from within our hearts. Now, when we are able to go into different meditations, dear ones, you are able to coax this magnetic frequency from the human consciousness grids, which lie above the surface of the earth. It is in the upper atmosphere, and you are able to then coax this magnetic frequency down the biological form. For the magnetics come within the crown chakra and free flow all the way down the feet. You then, because you are energetically connected to Mother Earth, you are able to place your bare feet on her surface, and she will start to rebalance your chi energetic systems, which are voltage in their nature. It is electrical, dear ones. That electrical shall start to increase the voltage inside of the cells. The combination of electrical magnetism is what generates your physical form, as well as any and all items you see outside. For dear ones, when the thoughts and the emotion work in combination, the now moment experience shall become something for you to harness and control. This allows access into micro emotions as well. For during each emotion, there is usually, not always, multiple emotion codings running simultaneously. This grants an access to a timeline perception. For each thought that you magnetize into your mind, it must come from different strings or memories as a filtration system. Excellent. Thank you.
I love how you could just do that. You could just snap in there and just talk about it. It's so amazing. It's just
Thanks.
amazing.
Star people. Thank you, star people.
Yes. Thank you, star
Thank
people.
you, star people.
Did you want to talk about something else if I could?
Yeah, whatever you got. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Throw your questions in the chat boxes. We'll answer them.
Yes.
Tonight we are doing the shadow work Zoom. So the shadow work Zoom is at 8:30. Usually it runs for about an hour, but we do energy clearings, any type of healings on the body. We tend to focus on, sometimes we do attachment removals. So that's one thing. It's beautiful. And the star people come and they really show up for us and help us to heal and teach us how to do for ourselves, which is beautiful. Yeah.
Did you want to talk about the higher self?
The higher self. What do you want to know?
Well, there's a page 139.
You want to read it?
Yes.
Excellent.
The higher self. Falling in love with yourself means falling in love with the higher self and allowing the higher self to fully embody the physical body. This process is also known as ego death or a rebirth into your true life form. When an individual calls upon the higher self to embody their physical biologics and reaches a higher level of consciousness, a form of relationship may then be expressed into the mind or thought grid complex. This process allows the higher self to become a cheerleader to the conscious mind and gives positive guidance and support in the now moment.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So, of course, there's a form of activation we all go through, which allows the energetic grids to bond and start a process of counter rotation. When your Merkaba field exists in a counter rotation, it automatically aligns the higher self to place focus and awareness on you. This then may start to be activated further through expansion of your heart chakras, dear ones. 4, the higher self contains a seat about a foot out from the physical body and flowers open, similar to that of your pineal gland. When your pineal gland, your heart, and your crown chakra is fully activated, the energetics may pull in the solar plexus. It allows the higher self to flower open the crown chakra and to energetically bond into the heart. This then allows a process of two becoming one with the higher self, dear ones. 4, when your higher self starts to energetically bond, we are going to just own one time, dear ones. Take a deep breath in. When the higher self fully energetically bonds inside of the heart, it then allows that higher soul frequency to then start to energetically blend with the biological form. This allows the higher self's true name to be known to the ego mind, allowing a process of two become one to become facilitated. This allows you to open and expand all of your past and future lifetime expressions into your memory bank. This then shifts your perception of who you truly are. For you are not who you are in this moment, dear ones. You are much more. Allowing the higher self to energetically bind and bond with the biological form then starts the process of unlocking the higher self. That higher self automatically is going to shift your biological form's frequency onto the highest potential timeline expression. This then allows for you to experience more joy, more excitement, and more bliss in your waking physical world. Your higher self shall also guide and unpack the process of extrasensory abilities. For any ability you may already have an attunement to shall very rapidly become manifest in your waking world. However, dear ones, many individuals watching here have also had lives in Lumeria and Atlantis. Allow your memory grids to become open and unlocked from that timeline. This then is going to allow access into different extrasensory abilities you have already achieved in the last golden age. For many of the star seeds were sent to Earth in order to facilitate this ascension process for all of humanity. For as all of humanity grows and evolves, it then allows the higher frequential beings to also unlock a higher level of awareness. Which is why many individuals watching are here who feel the need or the call to help assist humanity during this ascension process. And we are sending many, many love and blessings, dear ones. We are going to conclude for tonight's channeling session. Enjoy and happy holidays. Thank you. Thank you, Star People.
One more thing before we conclude. You taught me that you can call in your higher self when you do the breath work, the
Yes.
breath retentions. So that is very powerful.
Yes.
If somebody, I just wanted to add that.
How does that feel when you do it?
It feels amazing.
It feels amazing. Right
amazing.
there. Do you see the emotion code? It feels amazing. That's what the higher self feels like. All you need is the emotion code. You can close your eyes. You don't even have to breathe. You have to feel the emotion of it feels amazing and feel it. And then what we do is imprint it. And so with the conscious mind, you take that it feels amazing emotion. You allow it, dear ones, to radiate so much excitement inside your heart. And as it radiates, imagine a ball of it feels exciting in your heart. Allow that ball to push outwards and outwards until it covers the entire biological form. Allow that emotion code to then radiate outwards further into the energetic grid complex. You may feel the front of your chest ever so gently pulling upwards. And now, with your mind, thank the higher self for energetically bonding with you. Allow the higher self to take the seat of the soul within the heart and flower open. You may see a bright white light. That's okay too. Okay. Thank you, star people. How did that feel? Because I had like this rush of heat, like whoosh. Like started
Feels
sweating.
awesome.
Yeah. Wow. That's strong. It's very strong to do that. To like allow. Yeah.
Yep.
It's cool. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Happy holidays, Bluestone. Hi, Nikki. Excellent. How did you feel? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Did you feel it?
Yeah,
What'd you
of
feel?
course. I just feel my heart opening up and just flowering open, just like you said. That's what I feel every time.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
just
do this again. We should do this on the Zoom tonight. We'll do the higher self bonding so that everyone can feel it. Yeah.
Yep.
If there's any more questions, if you guys want to drop a question into the boxes, we still have 10 minutes. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I've been doing with the higher self. I've been doing that for like a year and a half now, calling in my higher self. And I also say affirmations to my higher self in meditation. I say, I command and demand with love that you take a primary seat in my heart's energetic vortex.
Yes.
That.
Yes.
And I
That's
say,
a good one.
I am merging with my higher self every day.
Every day. You don't have to do it every day, but you can, because you can. I like to mix things up. This way it doesn't make like an attachment, right? So this was one of the things that I was focused on with the star people is watching my alignments. So each and every energetic cord that we cast, that cord either maintains white, gray, or darkness, positive, negative, neutral. And so each and every energetic cord, let's say for an example, let's say I'm using this cup. No names on it. Let's say I'm using a cup. If I use this cup all day, every single day, there's an energetic cord between me and the cup. So if I become attached to it, which means like I can't leave the house without the cup, it starts to put darkness in the energetic cord, because now it turned into, I need you to survive. It's not just, going with the flow and being in 5D and saying, if I need a water, it'll be there for me, right? It's no, I need this, and it's holding on too tightly to something. And when we do that, it throws density into the energetic cord. This is key, because when we start to focus on our alignments, am I still in alignment with that manifestation? Now, the process of ascending, we'll notice that the things that we were once in alignment with, we outgrow. So there was once upon a time when we were very physically focused. We had to have the nice house. Everything had to be from IKEA. We had to have this. We had to have that. And then all of a sudden we shifted. And when we shifted, our level of awareness changed. And now all of a sudden it's not really important. That's not important. That's just a part of the physical reality. We need that to keep our bodies alive and to experience somewhat of creature comfort. But that's not the main goal and the focus anymore. Now it's spirituality. How can we ascend? The limitations of the 3D reality. And it's like even diving into the ascension knowledge, it's how do you feel not focusing as much on the physical items? Where are your alignments? Is there anything that you feel like you can't live without, even if it's a crystal? Sometimes the crystals, they will shift because it's like you're using it too much and it causes distortions in your field. So, and this is where we are taught, go neutral. And neutral means, I thank you, I'm using you now, and it's okay for me to let you go. This was one of my life lessons, was letting items go. And I mean, I had so much fun. Like I've even had experiences of throwing money out windows, right? And just thank you, universe, and just having the fun. Even if it's $100, throw it out the window. and let someone who needs it will find it. And just think of all the joy you're bringing to people when they go through the experience of that. And to just to not hold on to things so tightly, and to really like because another thing that we've always done was, we spent X amount of money on this piece of technology, and now we have to put it in a drawer, like your cell phone, right? We have to leave it in a drawer for 100 years instead of just giving it away. Just give it away, right? And it's just you're releasing, you're freeing up that energy in your grid, which allows for new items to come in. So that was one of my life lessons: is watch the alignments. Don't become too attached to physical items, right? Or people for that matter, because that too, it generates density and distortions. You have to be okay allowing people to have their own experiences in their life, and then trying to remain neutral. Now, that being said, when there's something like an earthquake, which did happen today, yes, we can hold neutral, but the way that the star people refer to this is like holding space. We hold space for them. While we are holding space, we send them love and light so that they may also heal. So just really quick, all of us are going to do a very, a nice manifestation and a prayer for, I believe, California got, with a 7-point earthquake. So if everyone could just take a nice deep breath in and release. Just imagine and visualize California, as well as all the surrounding states. If you cannot visualize California, just do the all of America, or even the planet, do the globe, and just visualize it. And we just want to thank Mother Earth for generating a vortex energetic within California, allowing California to raise in frequency, allowing each of our hearts to send California love and blessings, allowing for the fault lines to fully heal, to become strong, and to bring peace and unity consciousness to all of humanity. And we love and bless you, California. We love and bless you, Mother Earth. Thank you for providing abundance for all of your children. And we are sending many, many love and blessings, dear ones. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you, star people. That was beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. This is so interesting. So anybody who wants to come to the Shadowwork Zoom, Shadowwork Zooms are always complimentary. There is no charge to come. Just come. To get the link, however, you have to send a message through my website, daniellelipton.com. You guys can also send in any questions that you want. We'll pick them up on one of the next episodes we do. Yeah. And then I also do sessions with people. So all of that information is on my website. And actually, currently I'm doing a buy one, get one free sale for the holidays. So come have a session, guys. It's so amazing. Yes. Thank you, Mary Jean, for coming
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, always. Thank you for asking such beautiful questions. Thank you. It's beautiful. Do you have anything else to share, Mary?
No, just I love everybody. And
Love
thank
you
you
guys
all for coming.
Yes, thank you for coming. It's such a blessing. Okay, guys, you have a wonderful night, and I'm sending you many love and blessings. Thank you.